Have you ever stepped out of a clean shower, wrapped yourself in your favorite robe, and still caught a faint, unpleasant smell, only to wonder, is that me? You're not alone, and it's not your fault. As we age, our bodies change in subtle ways, and even the most well-intentioned hygiene habits can backfire. In today's video, doctors reveal the surprising bathroom mistakes that may be making senior women smell worse, even when they think they're staying clean. From overusing soap in sensitive areas to hanging onto damp towels too long, we'll uncover 8 sneaky habits that might be sabotaging your freshness and show you exactly how to fix them. Because every woman, at every age, deserves to feel clean, confident, and in control of her body. Let's get started. Before we begin, if you believe that senior health and well-being deserve more attention, please take a moment to like this video. It helps us share this valuable information with even more amazing women like you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Golden Wisdom YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest tips, guides, and real conversations about thriving at every age. Your health, your comfort, your confidence. Let's get started. 1. Too much soap in the wrong place. Have you ever stood in the shower, armed with a bottle of floral-scented body wash, scrubbing down there with the best of intentions, believing that the more you clean, the fresher you'll feel? You're not alone. For decades, women were quietly taught that cleanliness meant aggressive washing, especially of our most intimate areas. It was seen as a form of discipline, dignity, and good hygiene. But here's what most of us were never told. Your vagina isn't dirty, and it doesn't need to be scrubbed into submission. According to gynecologists, using harsh or perfumed soaps on intimate areas can actually make things worse. These products, no matter how lovely they smell, disrupt the vagina's natural ecosystem. The vagina has a delicate balance of good bacteria and a specific pH level that keeps everything healthy, self-regulating, and odor-free. When you scrub with soap, you strip away those beneficial bacteria and throw the pH off balance, leaving you more vulnerable to irritation, itching, infections like bacterial vaginosis or yeast, and yes, even unpleasant smells. For many women, especially as we age and our hormone levels shift, this balance becomes even more fragile. So the very thing we do in the name of freshness can end up causing the opposite result. Fix it. The best approach? Less is more. Use warm water only to rinse your intimate area, or opt for a fragrance-free, pH-balanced cleanser designed specifically for external use. Never use these products inside the vagina. Think of your body as wise and self-sufficient. It knows how to take care of itself. When something feels off, the solution isn't scrubbing harder. It's listening and adjusting with care. 2. Your bath towel might be the culprit. Now let's talk about something that almost every woman overlooks: your towel. You step out of a refreshing shower, skin tingling from the hot water, feeling clean and renewed. You reach for the same bath towel you've been using for the last few days. It still looks fine, right? But here's the unpleasant truth. Your towel might be sabotaging your cleanliness. Even though you're clean when you use it, your towel quickly becomes a sponge for dead skin cells, lingering sweat, body oils, and moisture. And in a warm, damp bathroom, especially one with poor ventilation, your towel becomes the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, mold, and mildew. Every time you reuse it, you're potentially wiping those microbes right back onto your skin. As we age, our skin becomes more sensitive and less efficient at shedding dead cells. That means the risks are higher: irritation, odd smells that cling even after you shower, and even infections on sensitive skin. Fix it. Treat your towel like you treat your underwear. Wash it after every 3 to 4 uses, and more often if your bathroom is humid or poorly ventilated. Hang it wide and flat to dry completely after each use. Never leave it crumpled on a hook or behind the door. Rotate between 2 to 3 towels so you always have a clean one on hand. And if you want to go the extra mile, add a splash of vinegar to your laundry cycle to eliminate musty smells and bacteria naturally. It's a small change, but one that can have a big impact on how fresh you feel and how healthy your skin stays. 3. Feet deserve more love than they get. Let's be honest. How often do we really pay attention to our feet in the shower? For many of us, feet are the last priority. We let the warm water run over them, maybe swipe once with a washcloth, and call it done. After all, they're usually tucked away in socks or slippers, far from sight and mind. But here's the truth. Our feet work hard for us, and they deserve much more care than they usually get. As we grow older, the skin on our feet becomes thinner, drier, and less efficient at naturally shedding dead skin. Combine that with a lifetime of walking, tight shoes, and enclosed footwear, and you've got the perfect recipe for trouble. Cracked heels, fungal infections, and a lingering sour odor that no foot spray can cover. Feet also house over 250,000 sweat glands, more than anywhere else on your body. Even if you don't feel sweaty, your feet are constantly producing moisture, which when trapped in shoes creates a warm, dark, and moist environment that bacteria and fungi love. I used to wonder why my shoes smelled unpleasant even when I hadn't been active. The culprit wasn't the shoes, it was my neglected feet. Fix it. Add a few extra minutes to your shower routine and turn it into an act of self-care. Wash your feet thoroughly with a gentle, fragrance-free soap every day. Don't just let the water run over them. Use your hands or a soft washcloth to clean the soles, heels, and especially between the toes. Exfoliate gently once a week with a pumice stone or foot file to remove dead skin buildup. Be careful not to overdo it, especially if you have thinner skin or circulation issues. Dry completely between your toes after bathing. Trapped moisture is a hidden danger that can lead to athlete's foot and other infections. During warmer months, or if you wear closed shoes for long periods, sprinkle an antifungal foot powder into your socks or shoes to keep things dry and odor-free. And don't forget to moisturize your feet with a thick, fragrance-free cream to prevent cracking and dryness, especially around the heels. Think of your feet as the foundation of your independence. When they're healthy, you move confidently and comfortably through life. Give them the daily attention they deserve. They've carried you this far. The toilet lid. Close it, always now. Here's a habit that most of us have never given a second thought, yet it could be quietly affecting your health and hygiene every single day. Have you ever flushed the toilet with the lid up, thinking nothing of it? We all have. But what you may not realize is that every time you do, you unleash a microscopic storm of bacteria and particles into the air, what scientists call a toilet plume. This invisible spray of aerosolized droplets contains everything that was in the bowl, including bacteria, viruses, and even chemical residues from cleaning products. And it doesn't just fall straight down. Studies show it can travel up to 6 feet in the air, settling on anything in its path. Your toothbrush, towels, skincare products, and even the surfaces you touch every day. The worst part, these particles can linger in the air for hours, long after you've left the room. So even a sparkling clean bathroom can harbor invisible contamination simply from flushing with the lid open. For older adults, this matters even more. Our immune systems may be slower to respond to germs, and we're more likely to have sensitive skin or conditions like dry eyes, which can be irritated by airborne particles. Keeping the bathroom as clean as possible isn't just about odor, it's about protection. Fix it. Make it a habit to always close the lid before flushing. It's a simple act that dramatically reduces the spread of germs, improves bathroom hygiene, and even keeps the air fresher. For added protection, store your toothbrush inside a drawer or closed holder and keep skincare products sealed when not in use. And if you share a bathroom, this small change is a kindness to everyone who enters the space after you. Since I adopted this habit, my bathroom feels noticeably fresher, and I worry less about what's floating invisibly in the air. It's one of those small, nearly effortless shifts that has a surprisingly big impact. 5. Same underwear all day and all night? Not a good idea. We've all done it. You've had a long day. You're tired. You slip into your pajamas, climb into bed and think, I've just been at home. I didn't sweat much. What's the harm in keeping the same underwear on? It's a quiet shortcut, a small compromise. But over time, it can quietly sabotage your comfort, freshness, and even your health, especially as we age. Throughout the day, your underwear collects more than just fabric creases. It gathers sweat, natural oils, skin cells, and bacteria, even if you haven't been particularly active. And while your skin may not complain right away, sleeping in that same pair essentially locks in all that residue for another 6 to 8 hours. You're creating a warm, moist environment that bacteria and yeast love to thrive in. What's more, hormonal changes during menopause and postmenopause can cause vaginal dryness, increased sensitivity, or even subtle changes in natural odor. Combine that with poor airflow overnight, and you might wake up feeling less than fresh, despite having showered just the night before. Your body needs time and space to breathe and reset, especially sensitive areas. Fix it. Make it a nightly ritual to change into a fresh pair of underwear before bed. Choose breathable fabrics like cotton that allow airflow and help wick away moisture. Skip synthetic blends like nylon or polyester, which trap heat and humidity against your skin. If you're comfortable and it's medically appropriate, you might even sleep without underwear. Doctors often recommend this as a way to allow your skin to breathe, reduce moisture buildup, and promote healthier conditions for your intimate area. Add a spritz of lavender water to your clean underwear drawer. It's a small sensory indulgence that makes the bedtime routine feel calming and refreshing. This tiny change can transform your sleep experience and morning comfort. You'll wake up feeling cleaner, lighter, and more at ease in your own skin. 6. The forgotten trash can take a moment to think about the most overlooked item in your bathroom. The sink gets wiped, the mirror gets cleaned, the toilet and shower get attention. But the bathroom trash bin, it quietly sits in the corner, collecting more than we realize, and potentially stinking up your space. It's easy to think, it's just tissues and cotton swabs, but the reality is, bathroom bins often become the silent culprits of strange, lingering smells. Used tissues still hold moisture. Feminine products, dental floss, Q-tips, and makeup wipes all carry traces of oils, bacteria, or organic material. When trapped inside a small, lidded bin, especially in a warm bathroom, these discarded items begin to decompose. And that means one thing: odor. Even in a bathroom that looks perfectly clean on the outside, that faint musty or sour smell might be coming from deep inside your trash bin. Something you've stopped noticing, but guess absolutely will. Fix it. Empty your trash can every 2 to 3 days, even if it's not full. Don't wait until it's overflowing. Wipe it down once a week with a disinfectant spray or vinegar-based cleaner. Pay special attention to the lid and bottom where bacteria and grime tend to collect. Sprinkle a small amount of baking soda at the bottom of the bin to absorb odors, or add a few drops of essential oil like lemon, eucalyptus, or lavender to a cotton ball and place it under the liner. It's a subtle trick that can keep the entire bathroom smelling clean and inviting. If your bin uses liners, switch them out regularly, even if they don't appear dirty. Plastic can still absorb odors over time. Keeping your trash can fresh might seem like a minor task, but it elevates the entire feeling of your bathroom. You'll step into the space and notice the difference immediately. Crisp, clean air, where before there might have been something subtly off. 7. That cozy bathrobe could be sneaky. There's something undeniably comforting about slipping into a soft, familiar bathrobe after a steamy shower. It hugs you like an old friend, warm, plush, and always waiting on that hook or behind the door. But here's the hidden truth that few of us consider. That robe might be harboring the very smells you're trying to avoid. Even though you put it on when your body's clean, the bathrobe absorbs moisture from your skin, along with oils, sweat, and traces of soap. Over time, if it's not washed regularly or allowed to fully dry, that robe becomes a bacteria sponge. And bacteria loves warm, damp fabric, especially in the folds and collar area, where it quietly multiplies. It doesn't take long for that musty, off scent to creep in. You might catch a faint whiff and blame your body, your deodorant, or even your laundry detergent. But the truth, it's often the robe. And unfortunately, wearing a bacteria-laden robe after showering can actually reintroduce odors to your clean skin, especially in areas like the neck, chest, and underarms. As we get older, our skin becomes more prone to irritation, dryness, and sensitivity. Wrapping freshly washed skin in a robe that hasn't been laundered in weeks can lead to rashes, clogged pores, or just an overall feeling of, why don't I feel clean? Fix it. Wash your bathrobe at least once a week. Treat it like a towel or undergarment, not an accessory. Rotate between two robes so one is always clean and ready to go. When you're done using it, hang it in a well-ventilated area, ideally on a wide hook or drying rack where air can reach both sides. Never leave it bunched up behind the door or on the edge of the tub. And if your robe has been around for years and still smells musty after a wash, it might be time to invest in a new one. Your skin deserves that freshness. A clean robe enhances your whole routine. It turns your post-shower moment into a luxurious, nourishing experience, just as it should be. 8. After you shave, don't skip this step. For many of us, shaving under our arms feels like a quick fix for staying clean and odor-free. After all, no hair means fewer places for sweat and bacteria to cling to, right? Yes, but only if you follow through. What most women don't realize is that shaving isn't the final step in your underarm routine. It's the middle of it. When you shave, you're doing more than removing hair. The razor acts as a mini exfoliator, scraping away dead skin cells, leftover deodorant, and bacteria that have built up on the skin. This can stir everything up, and if you don't cleanse the area afterward, all of that debris just sits there. The result? Sticky buildup, irritated skin, and an underarm area that can smell worse than before you shaved. This becomes even more important as we age. The skin under our arms becomes thinner and more delicate. Post-menopausal changes in sweat production and skin sensitivity mean we need to be gentler, but more mindful in how we care for this area. Fix it. After shaving, gently rinse your underarms with warm water to remove the stirred-up residue. Use a soft, clean washcloth or your fingers to lightly wipe away any remaining dead skin or deodorant gunk. Pat the area dry, never rub, as freshly shaved skin can be sensitive. Give your underarms a moment to breathe before applying deodorant or antiperspirant. This helps prevent stinging, irritation, and product buildup. You'll notice that your underarms feel softer, fresher, and more balanced, and any lingering odor you may have blamed on age or hormones will likely disappear. A message to every older woman. Reading this aging isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace, with curiosity, care, and deep respect for the incredible body that's carried you through so much. Yes, our bodies change. Hormones shift. Skin becomes more delicate. And yes, some of the routines we trusted for decades suddenly stop working. But that doesn't mean you've lost control. In fact, you now have something even more powerful: wisdom. You deserve to feel clean, confident, and connected to your body, not in spite of your age, but because of it. Freshness doesn't come from sprays, harsh soaps, or hiding what's natural. It comes from understanding your body's needs and honoring them with simple, loving habits. From the towel you use to the robe you wrap yourself in, from the way you dry your feet to how you care for your skin, you have the power to feel good again, every day, without shame. So if you've ever wondered, why don't I feel as fresh as I used to? Now you know, and now you can change it. Because smelling good isn't about covering up. It's about listening. It's about respect. It's about coming home to yourself. And you are always worth that kind of care. What did you learn from today's video about senior health? We'd love to hear from you. Please share one helpful takeaway that you plan to apply, whether for yourself or someone you care about, in the comments below. Your insight might just help someone else on their journey too. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Golden Wisdom, so we can continue delivering thoughtful, practical, and empowering content for the senior community. Together, let's age with confidence, clarity, and care.